What up, Cowboys Nation? Are you hype? Because I'm so hype. I'm ready for this game. I want it to be Sunday already. I'm ready to call off of work tomorrow just so it'll go faster. I'm trying to make this week go faster any way I can. I must have watched the Packers and the Cowboys, game 7 times this week. I'm so hype. I'll probably watch it again tomorrow. I'll probably watch it again on Saturday. And then I'll check out the other playoff games. And then Sunday when I wake up, it'll be like freaking Christmas. So I hope you guys are excited as I am. I hope you guys are as ready as I am. I hope you guys have everything that you plan to do prepared. If you're traveling, be safe. If you're doing all that, be safe. But at the end of the day, I am so hyped for my Dallas Cowboys to play some playoff football. And I know all of you are, and I thank you all for your support. And I hope it's continued support. But this is my Green Bay Packers and Dallas Cowboys prediction video. But first, I'd like to say I like to prepare for all things. I am a realist at all things. And I do know that we're going up against the hottest quarterback in the NFL. And in saying that, I want to tell you all how much I appreciate this Dallas Cowboys team and what they've done this year and how proud I am of them as a Dallas Cowboys fan. And I'm sure as all of you are proud of them as well. I grew up in the Romo era. Unfortunately, it's called the Romo era. I'm not going to say that it's all him. I'm not going to say that it's not him. I'm not going to say that injuries didn't happen. I'm not going to say we didn't have the quality of talent back then that we do now. I'm not going to ignore any factors that go into that era. But this era, as a whole, was an era where I didn't know if we played a team like the Browns that we were going to win. And I didn't know that if we went into Lambeau Field and won one week, that we wouldn't lose to, the Bengals the next week. It was one of those eras where we could beat anybody, but we could lose to anybody. And that's never the sign of a good team. That's a sign of immaturity. That's a sign of a team that doesn't have an identity. That's a sign of a team that cannot impose their will on other teams, and therefore they're not better than other teams. And it's just the reality of it. We did great things, DeMarco Murray. We did great things, with, the 07 year. I understand that there was great years in there, but that's what I'm saying. That there was great years, but then there was not so great years. And it was because of those mitigating factors. And I'm pretty sure if Dak and Zeke went down and everything, it would be a factor for Dak's era. But for Romo's era, and I'm not trying to kill all you Romo fans out there. I'm not trying to, be the butt of a joke or anything like that for you, or you guys being the butt of a joke or anything like that. But I honestly just grew up in that era where my mindset as a Cowboys fan, I missed the Super Bowl years. I wasn't privy to that. I wasn't lucky enough to watch my team win 3 Super Bowls in 4 years. I knew about it. I was happy for that. I was like, yeah, that's cool. But my family grew up in Texas. I was born and bred a Cowboys fan. It wasn't a choice. So at the end of the day, I was like, man, these guys, they struggled. They're 5-11, and then Quincy Carter years, and then, the Romo, the Cowboy, bandwagon thing going on before Romo showed up, and then Romo, struggling in pressure situations, and the kick that he couldn't hold on to, all that stuff. It was frustrating as a fan. I'm just going to say that. It was frustrating. But this year, I can't say this year is going to be a failure because I didn't expect him to be here. Like I said, my mindset was, damn, Romo goes down again. It's going to be another, terrible year. And then Dak played well. And I was like, okay, I like how he's playing. I think we can go 9-7. I think we have the talent to be 9-7 if Dak plays the way he played in the preseason. And boy, was I fucking wrong. I was wrong as can be because I didn't account for this guy's mentality, for this guy's leadership, for his thick freaking skull. And Zeke's big ass head. I couldn't fathom that these guys wouldn't let things get in there. I didn't get it. I didn't know of a team that didn't allow those type of things. And as a Cowboys fan, I'll say that. I was wondering, oh, we're going to win the Super Bowl. We're going to do this, we're going to do that. And I think I know what that really feels like now. I think I know what it's like to have a competitive team now. A team that can impose their will on other teams because they're better than them. A team that has an identity. A team that beats the team they're supposed to be and goes out and beats the team they're not supposed to be. This is what it is to have a good football team. I finally get it. I finally get why a lot of you 90s guys are Cowboys fans because this is what you've been waiting for. I get it. And I'm just so proud of my patience in being a Cowboys fan, and I'm never going to change. And I say patience because I know a lot of people that change teams. I would never do that. I'm going to stay a Cowboys fan until I die, even if they go out and get blown 49-0 this coming Sunday. I'm going to sit up here and post you guys a video because I'm a Cowboys fan. But do I think that they're going to beat Aaron Rodgers, the hottest quarterback in the NFL, the God himself. I do. I really think they're going to do it. I really think that the things they, like I said, I've been watching that Cowboys-Packers game for quite a minute this past week. And I noticed some things. You know, when you watch something over and over again and you pay attention to it, you really start to pick apart the other things that weren't seen in the beginning. You know, I thought we didn't blitz at all in that game, and that's not true at all. We blitzed a lot. We sent Anthony Brown on blitzes. We sent Byron Jones on blitzes. We sent Sean Lee on blitzes. We did a lot of things that were like bringing an extra guy off the side, bringing an extra guy here, and the Packers picked it up so well. The Packers are doing what they do now. They pick up blitzes. Rodgers had time. I've always said we're the best run blocking O-line in the NFL. The Packers are the best pass blocking O-line in the NFL. I've said that for, I think, the past 2 years now. Whenever we started getting a big thing, and I would watch Aaron Rodgers, and I'd be like, man, he has time. Man, he has time forever. He can stand back there and do whatever. And his mobility just makes it even worse. But it's just crazy how he moves, and the O-line come back and pick up blocks. They do an amazing job at what they do. You know, David Bakhtiari, you know, all those guys that they have. Balaga, all those guys are incredible at what they do. And we're going to have a hard time if we want to blitz getting home. But the thing we did was we played coverage so well. The Dallas Cowboys played coverage so well that the two big plays that we had on Rodgers were the sack with the coverage spy. I think it was Justin Durant was spying him. Came in, got a big sack for a huge loss on Aaron Rodgers. And it turned out to be a face mask. But it was an impressive play because of how they did it. And then the other one was the 3-man blitz where David Irving just, I don't care who's in front of me. I'm going to bowl everybody down and collapse the pocket and get a sack. That was so impressive to me that this team could do all things. They showed every dimension. They showed getting pressure with blitzes. They showed getting pressure with 3. They showed coverage sacks. They showed spies. They showed everything that they could to this Aaron Rodgers team. And that's what you have to do. You have to do everything well. And there was times, Rodgers, 8 or 9 times in the game where he had more time than we should have let him have, and he made us pay on the back end. First down. Oh, in the red zone. You know, there was plenty of times. But this team made plays when they had to make plays. And all year, that is what this Dallas Cowboys team has been doing. Making plays when they need to make plays. Kirk Cousins threw for 400 yards. We didn't lose that game. Because the defense, while they may have given up yards, while they may have given up plays, made plays when they needed to make plays. And I think that's what this defense is culminating to. Finally, this defense is becoming everything it should be. And of course, free agency is coming next year, and like half the guys on starting defense are going to free agency. But that's another topic for another video. But these guys are finally playing like a Cowboys defense, like a Rod Marinelli defense. They're hustling to the ball. They're opportunistic. They're hitting the ball out. They're doing what they need to do, playing great coverage, sticking to their assignments, you know, playing sound football, and they're making teams have to methodically move down the field and hoping that they live off their mistakes, which has led them to 5th in the league in points allowed. I mean, it's extremely impressive what this defense has done. But beyond all that, beyond this defense handling Aaron Rodgers, and maybe he's a whole nother beast and this Cowboys defense can't handle him at all, I don't think this Packers defense can stop this Cowboys offense. And I said it the moment it happened. I think this is the better matchup for us because it allows us to rely on our offense versus relying on our defense versus a team like the Giants. And the Seattle Seahawks are still out there. I still think they're the biggest threat to Dallas. I'm not really worried about Atlanta and their defense. I mean, maybe I'm just missing them, but they played some poor opponents and stuff. So I'm more worried when Dallas has to go out of their character. When Zeke can't run how he wants to do, when this offensive line can't impose its will as easily as it likes to. I mean, this team ran for 190 yards, 157 yards from Zeke. I really don't see anything different happening. And if they sell out against the run, Dak is becoming a much more adept passer. We saw that against the Lions. He is doing things with Dez, with Cole Beasley, with Bryce Butler, with all these guys that he has, all these weapons that he has, Jason Witten, everything. He is making teams pay on the back end, and it's the reason they can't sell out on Zeke, and it's the reason why our offense is so powerful. So at the end of the day, I have our Dallas Cowboys winning 34-24. And I think it's not really that close. I want to say that it's going to be a close game because Aaron Rodgers is going to make it close. But I really think it's going to be just like it was last time. Kind of we jump out to a lead, the Packers kind of stick back, kind of figure themselves out, and once they figure themselves out, it's kind of a little too late. And I think Dallas, continues to impose their will offensively, keeps Rodgers off the field, gets him frustrated, forces him into mistakes because he feels like he has to make up points. But I feel like if it gets into a shootout, it's anybody's game. As I really feel like Dallas could still score, not in the sense that they're going to score in 2 seconds, but they're going to score. We saw them in the shootout against the Steelers, so don't tell me this team, because they can. But anyways, like I said, I'm hyped, Dallas Cowboys Nation, and I hope you guys are too. I hope you guys check out the rest of my videos. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys stay tuned and go Cowboys this Sunday. We're going to get that W. Let's move on to the NFC Championship for the first time in a long time. Love you guys. Appreciate the support. Hope you keep it coming. Let's go Cowboys Nation.